Kite will get ready to jump with Pat Cummings. Some of the key matchups tonight certainly will be on that front line, as Manning will be guarded on the front line, first of all by Gray, but Long will probably pick him up somewhere along the way as well.
I think it's an ideal night for the upset for Ron Rothstein and his Heat. A non-atmosphere here at the Clippers' home floor. Very quiet and not very many people here tonight.
A quick jump by the Clippers, called by the official Mike Mathis. It goes to the Heat first as Edwards on the simulcast moves it in the right-hand corner to Sylvester. He's on the dribble against Manning, has it knocked away but saved, puts it back on the floor, takes it cross-court left side to Sparrow. His jumper's no good, tipped up by Gray, won't go, and Norman clears off the rebound. Gary Grant ahead to a driving Danny Manning, and Manning gives the Clippers an early 2-0 lead.
That's just what Ron Rothstein talked about before the game. Too many layups given up by his Heat. You got to sprint back and find your man on defensive transition.
Outside, we've got a zone call on the Los Angeles Clippers as Quentin Daly tried to get across the lane for a double team, but got there too late. It's 2-0 as the Clippers have the lead. Bounce pass to Edwards. He'll pull the string out of the left corner, gets it. Kevin Edwards averaging 11.9 points per ball game, ties it here early. In Los Angeles at 2. Down the lane, Quentin Daly. Knocked away by Gray. He chases it down. Fumbles it momentarily. Gives it off to Cummings. Ahead to Sparrow. First turnover of the night by the Clippers. Blows baseline to Grant Long. In a crowd. Soft roller, no good. Goes after his own. His shot puts it up. It'll bounce. Still won't go. Long stays after it and is finally fouled.
Grant Long showing you what it takes.
Not only beating Kite, but also the #1 draft choice out of Kansas. Danny Manning was right there with him.
Blue collar lunch pail versus finesse. Grant Long doesn't have the ability that Danny Manning has, but certainly has the heart.
He got the results with 2 free throws, and it's 4-2. Gary Grant pushes it hard for the Clippers. Feeds it right in the hands of Edwards, who made a good steal intended for Manning. Edwards goes inside to Gray. He dishes it back off to Edwards. His shot no good. Tip up by Gray, no good. It'll come out of bounds. Norman bats it into Grant. Grant for the Clippers back the other way. Down the lane, he'll be called for the travel.
Little sloppy early for Gene Shue's club, and he's not pleased with that. They turned it over 30 times last night in Portland. 17 of those in the first half, where the Blazers took him out of it.
Beaten 113-92. Also out rebounded last night, 47-35, as Edwards takes it down the lane, puts it up on a finger roll and gets it. 6-2, the Heat with the lead early. 2 minutes deep into the first quarter. Over the top, a pass and 10 underneath for Kite. The 4th turnover in the Clippers. It's stolen by Long. He'll get the return pass from Edwards. Takes it for a slam dunk. And Gene Shue may be close to calling a timeout on the other end. As team down by 6.
Very impressive start for Miami. Forcing the 4 turnovers, running their break extremely well. Great spacing, something you take for granted now, but it wasn't there early.
Cummings out beyond the 3-point line. Hands it back to Sparrow. 13 to shoot. Right side to Long. Already with 4 points tonight. Goes to Gray. He takes it in, deals it off to Long. His jump shot baseline right, no good. With the rebound is Manning for LA. The Clippers on the run. Manning into the forecourt off that NCAA championship team at Kansas. Down inside along the lane and go to Norman. Back outside of Quentin Daly. Good from 20. It's going to be around and box in. Quentin Daly drops it in. It's 8-4. Miami's lead at 4. By the way, the Lakers lost in overtime at New Jersey tonight, 118-113. So the crosstown rival of the Clippers fell tonight on the road, and the Clippers would like to kind of get a victory tonight, but maybe the Heat will have something else to say about it.
Well, the Clippers last night had the ball stolen from them 21 times. Tonight, 4 turnovers, and the Heat have 6 points off those mistakes.
Ball knocked out of bounds as they get it in. Edwards tries to bounce it to Cummings. Here's a pass by Quentin Daly right over the head of Norman, so they exchange turnovers.
Ron Rothstein coming up against a club that's having problems of their own, Sam. They're 1-5 in December, and this month started with a 50-point loss at Seattle.
They've lost 7 of their last 8, and again are 7-13 as Cummings has to power his way inside. Does against Kite, puts it up over the front of the rim and drops it in. 10-4, 6-point lead Miami. On the left-hand side, jumpers up and good, and Manning will get his 4th point of the night. Billy Thompson, again, who was scheduled to start, missed the shoot-around this morning, is in there replacing Gray, who's being looked at by Ron Colt, the trainer. Inside Manning, a good give and go, and Daly lays it up for Los Angeles. It's a 10-8 game now.
One of Danny Manning's strength, the ability to see the floor and get the ball to the open man.
Top of the key Cummings on the left side of Billy Thompson, who played crosstown with the Lakers for a couple of years before coming in over in the expansion drive. 10 to shoot as Long holds it on the left-hand wing. In the corner, here comes Cummings across the middle to Edwards. He's open, 15-footer, but passed it up. Goes to Thompson. He'll try to get it up, but not. Manning will knock it away. Edwards passed up the shot. He should take it. Norman down the lane gets it up after it was knocked away momentarily, and they have come back to tie it at 10 apiece. So the Clippers have come back after trailing by 6 on 2 occasions, 8-2 and 10-4. And now I've tied the game up at 10, and they will look to take a lead back as they led 2-0, and Quentin Daly will do that with a spin down the lane for a 12-10 Clipper lead.
Well, all of a sudden, Sam, they're 6 for 8. They've hit their last 5 shots. Quentin Daly, much better player probably than he's ever been. Played at 218 last year. He is under 200 pounds this year.
Sparrow head of the key, Rip City, as he drops that one in to tie us at 12. So we're in a foot race here with 6.5 left to play. By the way, we will, of course, keep it here because the Clippers, have already taken a timeout as we're under 7 minutes. Manning inside the Daly, powers up inside, and Cummings over to try to help out is going to draw a foul. Count the basket, though.
For the easy bucket.
Foul shot by Daly's good. He's got 9 points tonight, and it's 15-12. John Sunbull getting the warm-ups off. He'll be in here early tonight in Los Angeles with 6:17 to go in the first quarter. Thompson gets the ball knocked away at the head of the key. Picked up by Cummings outside to Edwards. He steps around a couple of the Clippers for a 20-footer. It's no good. Tip up a big long will follow it up, and a loose ball foul is called on Kite.
Offensive rebounding, Sam. It's a mentality. I think the Heat have fostered that mentality in practice. Every drill, every shot doesn't end until you put the ball in the hole. That's where it starts, and of course you've got to go out and execute on the floor, and it's a mentality, and the Heat have it. When you miss as many shots as Miami has this year, offensive rebound even more crucial.
Team shooting only 42% as a team, only 67 at the foul line. Grant Long, however, will hit one of the two. The tip out of there by Cummings, and Sunbull, who checked in, is rebounded off, and Long comes up with it. Sunbull trying to feed it to Long, knocked out of bounds by a very quick Danny Manning. He comes circling out of the left-hand wing, got an opening, gets around Norman, who had dunked on him, puts the jump shot up. It tried to climb out of there, was screaming to get out of there, but finally fell back through, and we're tied at 15. So Sunbull comes off the bench firing. Norman down inside, turnaround over Thompson, nicely done. Kenny Norman played a great, successful 4 years at the University of Illinois. 38 minutes, 15 points, and 6 rebounds in the loss up at Portland last night.
Sam, the Clippers have hit 7 straight goals. They're 8 out of 10 in this quarter.
5.5 left to play in this first period. Again, a 17-15 Clipper lead. Sunbull with 9 to shoot, feeds to Sparrow. Left side to Long. Long will jump it up from jumped inside the three-point line. Goes after his own missed shot, takes it in. Daly knocked it away and off his leg out of bounds. Ronnie Cycli, who got 19 in the loss at Utah on Monday, checks into the ball game, and Pat Cummings sets down for Ron Rothstein. Williams will post up down inside on Sparrow. A little mismatch in there, 6'7" against about 6'2", but Grant Long comes over the top of Danny Manning and makes the 6th, 7th turnover now of the Clippers. Here's Sparrow down inside to Cycli, rolls to the hoop, and Ronnie Cycli gets a basket on a very nice play by Rory Sparrow. We're tied at 17.
Knowing where your teammates are, Sparrow actually threw that pass behind him.
Here's Gary Grant trying to make a behind-the-back move on John Sunbull. Sunbull thought he was in pretty good position. Ron Rothstein thought he was as well. With 3:57 to play, Sunbull gets a personal foul. Nixon down inside as we're back live to Norman. His jumper's no good. They rebound it off. It's tipped by Manning inside to Benjamin. And Benjamin will draw a personal foul, and they'll call that on Cycli. We'll check the board here for you as they've called it on John Sunbull. Excuse me. Cycli did not get that foul. They called it on Sunbull. Apparently reaching in from underneath, and Benoit Benjamin at the line with a free throw is broken out of the 17-all tie with a free throw here.
Yeah, the big man from Creighton a little bit miffed that he's not in the starting lineup. If it's based on talent, of course Benoit Benjamin is a better talent than Greg Kite. But he seems to lose interest when he's out on the floor, and Gene Shue trying to reach him this way.
Biggest question about Benoit Benjamin is not his talent, but his heart for playing the game. He seems to be there one night and gone the next. 3:36 left to play in the first quarter.
Be quite honest, Sam, they're tired of waiting. He's in his 4th year. They expect better things from him.
Sparrow foul line over Nixon. It's no good. Grant Long battling for the ball, knocks it away inside and picked up by Sparrow. Sparrow circles back outside, a fresh 24 on that shot clock, and Grant's having some kind of game.
You know, that won't go down as a rebound, but his effort gives the Heat another shot.
Sunbull right side will capitalize on it as he drills it off the right-hand wing, and again we're tied, this time at 19. Back the other way, Grant Long knocking away from Danny Manning. You know, Manning may see number 43 in his sleep tonight before this game's over. Long cross-court pass, Norman gets it over to Nixon. Stormin Norman Nixon out of the cane in Pittsburgh, takes it towards the right-hand side. Williams trying to get away from Sparrow. Rory came over that screen very nicely to cut him off. There's 9 to shoot. Inside intended for Benjamin. Knocked away Cycli, picked up Sunbull. Sunbull to the right side, gets it cross-court, goes to Sparrow, wide open, 18. In and out, no good. Rebound Benjamin. Benjamin for the Clippers, out to Nixon. Nixon, long down-court pass goes to Norman. He stops from 18 and got it.
Well, that's Kenny Norman's game. He doesn't have to go to the hoop because mid-range jumper straight on, the former Illinois star.
Into the forecourt comes Sparrow. They would have had a mandatory timeout going to the Heat on the next dead ball, so they'll take it. We're back to play, 21-19. The Clippers with a 2-point lead. 2:14 to go in the first period. Norman over the top, blocked away and stolen by Thompson. 8 turnovers down the Clippers, and here comes Sunbull. Sunbull out to BT, takes it towards the baseline left, comes back out the 3-point line left side. Scott Hastings in the lineup during the timeout, goes to Sparrow, top of the key to Sunbull. Sunbull with 9 to shoot, goes cross court to Hastings, back out to Thompson. Thompson on the floor, stops, jump, shoots, 12, got it. Billy Thompson with a jump shot. We're tied again, the 7th time tonight, and we're tied at 21 now. Right side, Joe Wolf out of North Carolina comes up with a jump shot off the wing, and just as quickly as we had a 21 all knot, it's 23-21 Clippers now.
Clippers fortunate to be shooting this well. 10 out of 14 because they've turned it over 9 times in the quarter. They average 22 turnovers a game.
Sparrow running the attack against Nixon. Again, Sunbull is in there with him. It's knocked away and stolen by Williams. He drops it off to Nixon. Back to Williams. Driving layup blocked away by Thompson. Chasing the ball down is Sparrow. Great block by Thompson, who had 5 at Utah Monday. Out inside, Thompson to Hastings. Hastings lays it up and scores. 23 all. We are definitely in a foot race here tonight in L.A.
Well, Billy Thompson might have missed the did miss the shoot around this morning, but he certainly came ready to play tonight.
Nixon left side goes to Reggie Williams beyond the college 3-point line. It's no good. Knocked down by Cycling. Thompson chases out of bounds, runs through the Clipper bench, but he stays there.
Impressive scoring balance for Miami tonight. 8 different Miami Heat players in the book already.
Norm Nixon now being picked up by Clinton Wheeler, who's checked into the ballgame for the first time. He and Sunbull the guards. Left side to Norman, down inside Benoit Benjamin. Back out to Kenny Norman. Jumping from 20, got it. Kenny Norman, 47% shooter, averaging 15-5, has 8. And the Clippers have the lead back again by 2.
Well, Billy Thompson left a double, and Kenny Norman, a guy you've got to be very careful of leaving when he's got that ball.
25 on the game clock. Sunbull, left side, no good. Benoit Benjamin rebounds for the Clippers. Poked away and out of bounds by Thompson. Still belongs to L.A. He comes in the Wolf. 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Again, the Clippers have a 2-point lead. He hands it off to Norm Nixon as he'll work one-on-one on Wheeler. 10 seconds to go in the period. He's got the dribble going beyond the 3-point line left side. Gets a screen from Benjamin. 5 seconds down the lane. Nixon off to Benjamin. He makes a move and takes too many steps for a travel. So the Heat with only 2 seconds left to play. 10 turnovers now on the Clippers. And the Heat will have the ball out of bounds with a chance to at least get a shot. It goes to Wheeler. He lets it fly. Oh, off the back of the iron, no good. Half a minute deep into the second quarter, 25-23 Los Angeles. The Clippers with the lead in the ball. Norman across the lane, finger roll, and he's going to be fouled. Just some of those enjoying tonight's game from Los Angeles.
Sylvester Gray in the defend Kenny Norman for Billy Thompson. Norman, a difficult guy to play against because he's got the good range on the jumper and does have the quick step to get around you. Heat know all about Ken Norman. Remember the opener, 22 15 rebounds against Miami.
Wheeler back in the way of Sylvester Gray. Nice pitch off the cycle. He's hammered and fouled by Norman.
You know, it's one of the bright spots for Miami, Sam. They're getting to the free throw line quite a bit more. As a matter of fact, they've been to the line 70 times in their last 2 games. That's the good news. Bad news is they've made just 44 of those, 62%. You know, if they can get over 70%, Sam, that's going to coincide with a couple of W's.
And it comes to Clinton Wheeler. Wheeler pushes it hard into the forecourt. Underneath the Gray. Gray fakes once, twice, goes up and rolls it in for the Heat. So the Heat have come barreling back to take the 1-point lead. 27-26. 10:41 to go, second period.
And Sam, again, another very good decision made by the point guard, Clinton Wheeler.
Outside, Nixon bumping and grinding with Wheeler. Storman Norman puts it up no good, and Cycling comes off for the rebound. Off to Edwards. Kevin into the forecourt. Ball handling skills a little bit suspect in the open court. He'll have to work on that this year and, of course, this summer. Out straight away to Hastings. Puts it on the floor down the lane. Book is no good. Gets his own shot. Takes it back in and scores. Nice play by Scott Hastings. 29-26, 3-point lead Heat.
Scott has really been struggling with his outside shoot. Has worked hard on it the last couple of days, but that was a nice take to the hoop.
Norm Nixon drove into a crowd and defeated way out wide to Norm Nixon, who will miss the shot, and Cycling off with his 3rd straight rebound. Ahead it goes to Edwards. He beats Wolf. Dishes it off the Brett. In a crowd, lays it up no good. Benjamin with a rebound. Out to Nixon. They've got the numbers 3-on-1. Out inside to Williams. Williams in a crowd. He muscles his way out of there looking for help. And finally he's called for the travel as the defense by Edwards, and Hastings was there.
That's an outstanding double team. They trapped him, they clamped him, but they didn't foul him, and they forced the 12th Clipper turnover.
Williams right side for the Clippers. They're down by 3. 9:15 to go first half. Williams down out of bounds by Edwards. Oh, that's a big league play. 7 to shoot as Norman gets the inbound against Wheeler. His fall away off the baseline is going to be no good. Inside with the rebound is Edwards. Comes out on the run into the forecourt. He'll take it all the way down the silver lane. Stops at the head of the key. Feeds it off to Cycling. Cycling out to Hastings. Cross court to Wheeler. Into the left-hand corner to Edwards. 10 to shoot as Edwards takes it to the elbow of the foul line. Jump shot's no good. Rebound comes off to Sylvester Gray. To Wheeler. Back to Edwards. In a crowd. Lays it up outside to Gray. Gray with 18 on the shot clock. Gets it back in the corner to Edwards. He'll put it up from 20 and drills it. Well, if at first you don't succeed, give it back to Kevin Edwards, and he will.
Well, he's having a nice quarter, Kevin Edwards, on both ends. Rebounding, defense, hitting the jumper. Good ball movement by Miami. Make the Clippers work defense.
5-point lead by Miami is driving down the lane. Norm Nixon is checked and fouled by Wheeler.
Clinton Wheeler matched up with Norman Nixon, played him well until he reached behind, got the ball, but got some of Norman's body. To Clinton Wheeler, how does Ron Rothstein feel about him? Look at the minutes. Significant in his last 3 games. 25, 24, and 28. And you talk about caring for the basketball. He must go to bed with the thing at night. 77 minutes played, just 2 turnovers.
First foul shot by Norm Nixon. Good. Second one is no good. 31-27 as the rebound comes off to the Heat. 8:19 to play. Wheeler deals it off. Long is back in there replacing Hastings. And Long taking the ball to the basket and draws another foul on Los Angeles. Grant Long getting ready to shoot his 5th and 6th foul shots of the night. Just watching the Miami Heat bench. Ron Rothstein, boys, he got some great help on that bench. Dave Wall, the former head coach at New Jersey. Tony Fiorentino, of course, doing the scouting, doing a great job. And, of course, Ron Culp keeps all kinds of numbers for him. It's a great team effort there on the bench as well.
It really is. And Ron Rothstein a little bit more low-key on the bench these days. And Ron Culp sometimes pays the price for that.
7 points. Or excuse me, 7 of 10 at the foul line. And 7 points by Grant Long as he hits them both. 33-27. The Heat have duplicated their biggest lead they enjoyed in the first quarter. Back up by 6 again. Gary Grant is back in against Wheeler for the Clippers. Bounce pass, top of the key to Wolf. Alley-oop inside goes to Benjamin in the crowd. Slam dunks. And Cycling did as well as he could, even though he got beaten to get the pass inside. He didn't try to do something foolish by trying to block a 2-handed slam dunk inside.
LA's first bucket in the second quarter. They'd missed their first 5.
Cycling head of the key. Jumper hard off the back of the iron. Comes off to Benjamin. He feeds ahead to Daly. He'll take it in on Cycling. Puts up the jump hook. It's no good. Rebound comes off to Long. Out to Edwards. The Heat with a 3-on-1. Taking one away in his Wheeler. Lays it up and scores. Clinton Wheeler faked the pass, which just froze the defender, in this case Gary Grant. Laid it off the glass. It's 35-29 Miami.
Really nice effort of running the floor on both ends. On the defensive transition, and the Heat have scored consistently with their fast break tonight.
7:17 to go in the second quarter. Gene Shue looking to get his offense back in as Kenny Norman gets ready to check. A turnaround jump hook is no good by Benjamin. Tipped out by Gray right to Wheeler. Wheeler splits the defenders. Puts it up for good. A tip up by Gray for good. Tipped out there by Benjamin. Benjamin off for the lead pass to Daly. Daly looking ahead, takes it all the way down the inside, deals off to Manning. Manning flips it behind him to Gary Grant. Grant has to catch up with it down the lane, deals it into the corner to Wolf. Wolf from 20 to the baseline got it. Well, it wasn't pretty because everybody on the floor got a piece at that ball. And finally, Wolf puts it down. 35-31 Heat. Just under 6.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Top of the key, Wheeler. Pat Cummings gets ready to check back in for the Heat as Wheeler. Trying to get away from Gary Grant. Feeds to Long, back to Wheeler. Left-hand corner to Edwards. Edwards puts it on the floor, drives the baseline, opposite side, hook, good. Off it comes to Kenny Norman. Out ahead it goes to Manning. Manning takes it in. He's bumped and fouled and scores anyway. 5:05 to play. He'll miss the foul shot, though. Hops out of there right in the waiting hands of Pat Cummings. 37-34. The Heat with the lead. We're in the second quarter of tonight's ball game. Left side goes to Edwards, open from 20. It's well short. Rebound comes off to Kenny Norman. And Edwards is going to come out as Ron Rothstein says, well, let me give him a rest. Nobody picked him up. Out straight away with the ball, Sparrow. Gets it over to Cummings. Cummings with a jumper from 18. Oh, and hopped in and out. Long and Thompson go for the rebound. Thompson cleans it up and scores. 39-36, a 3-point Heat lead again with 3:45 to go in the half. Norman swings it on the left-hand side. Quentin Daly rears up. Jumper won't go. Battling the rebound inside. Billy Thompson, the former Laker, deals it cross-court. Goes to Sparrow. Sparrow, the former Knick and Chicago Bull, takes it beyond the 3-point line right side. On inside goes to Cummings. Turn around over tight. Good. Oh, nice shot. Pat Cummings with his 4th point of the night. 41-36. Set offense of Ron Rothstein right now clicking against the Clippers. 3:18 as the clock winds down. Here's Grant all the way down the lane again. Got by Sunbolt again. Got no help down the lane and lays it in easily.
You have to have some help when somebody gets by you like that. That was too easy for the Clippers.
Center fielder not there right now. Cummings in the left-hand corner goes to Long. Out straight away to Thompson. Thompson cross court to Sunbolt. He drops it inside to Cummings. Cummings against Kite. He's going to be forced out of bounds. Kite with his third foul.
Pat Cummings is just so pleased that he's back in the starting lineup. Guy's been around. It means a lot to him. A very proud player, very competitive guy. He's kept himself in great shape from the start of camp right through till now, and he's very excited to be back in the starting lineup tonight. His second consecutive start, is 11th overall, and he's looking to make the most of his opportunity. He's played well tonight so far.
He's hit his first of 2 foul shots. One more coming by Pat Cummings out of Cincinnati. Misses the next one. Grant Long pokes it out of the hands of Danny Manning and out of bounds. Pass into the forecourt comes from Grant to Manning. Back to Grant to Benjamin. Down the lane to Manning. Manning with a short jump in the lane. Good. Danny Manning with his 6th point of the night. It's a 2-point Heat lead.
Give credit to the Clippers. They took apart the trap pretty well.
Cummings on the high key. Guarded by Benjamin. Feeds it down inside. Goes to Long. Back to Pat. Inside Cummings. Got Benjamin. Throws it up. No good. A follow-up by Thompson is there. Billy Thompson with those long arms at 6'7", gets up and rams it home. 44-40. The Heat up in the lead by 4. 2:18 to play in the half. Down low goes to Quentin Daly and a 3-second violation on the Clippers. Daly camped out in the lane, got caught there too long. 2:10 left to play in the first half. Sunbull on the right side to Thompson. Here comes Cummings busting across the lane to get the pass. He takes it inside of Benoit Benjamin. Nice play. Left-handed layup. And Cummings scores. 7 by Patrick tonight, and it's a 6-point Heat lead again.
Well, whoever Benoit Benjamin is guarding has carte blanche to go to the hole because he doesn't show much interest in stopping you.
Give me a pair of sneakers. I think I can score on the guy. Left side of the ball. No, let's not get carried away. Here's Sparrow collaborating inside. Thompson takes it over the slam time. Thompson skying up a la Michael Jordan, if you will, and puts it down for the biggest lead by Miami. They're up by 840.
Shoe on the other foot. He's doing some kicking tonight. Turnovers resulting in points, and none more dramatic than Thompson's Statue of Liberty float to the hole and throw it down.
Heat with the lead. 1:07 to play in the first half.
You know, the Clippers are in this because they're shooting it very well. 18 out of 34.
Sparrow to Sunbow, left corner. Looking down inside for Long. Long is going to be hammered by Gary Grant. Gets his second foul. And you get in the war and you get a foxhole. This is one of the guys I want in there with me, I'll tell you that.
You know what the best thing about Grant Long is, besides his obvious abilities and desire on the basketball court, you take him off, one of the most likable young people you will ever meet. Great sense of humor, nice person, terrific guy to be around.
And he scored 8 points and 7 rebounds already here in the first half, as his next shot is also good. So Grant Long scoring well from the foul line tonight, along with a couple of field goals, 1 field goal to be exact, and it's 50-42, an 8-point lead again. Grant outside, 50 seconds to go in the period. Feeds it on the left side to Daly. Daly in a big crowd. Jumper no good. Cummings off for the rebound. Out to Sparrow. Sparrow pushing it ahead into the full court. Alley-oop inside goes to Grant. Has it blocked away, and he's going to be fouled, and Kenny Norman got it.
But defense the other end, Sam. They really forced Quentin Daly into taking a bad shot.
Shot by Long is up and good. I don't care what classification you have to be in this league. Playing last night up in Portland, flying in and playing again tonight with your team you're playing, sitting here waiting on you is not an easy chore. And it may be telling a little on the Clippers early as Long hits one of the 2 foul shots. Rebound comes off to Daly. So Quentin Daly with a rebound on the miss of the second foul shot by Long. 51-42. He hit the first one. Top of the key. Manning down the lane. Running one-hander, bounces and stays. 8 points by Danny Manning. 51-44, 23 seconds to play. The shot clock and the game clock are exactly 1 second difference. Shot clock down to only 14 is Sunbull. Gets it back out to Sparrow. Sparrow will hold it against Grant. Shot clock is down to 9. He'll start the offense here with 8, 7, 6. Left side Sunbull. It's going to be kicked by Daly. So they'll have 5 seconds with the Heat to inbound the ball, and Billy Thompson says, I got it. He'll step out of bounds and inbound to try to get an open shot here. 5 seconds, 51-44, second quarter, Heat with the lead in the ball. Ron Rothstein has now made the call. Billy Thompson will inbound the ball. Looking, comes into Cummings. Cummings looking to Sunbull. He'll take it up top of the key. Jumper's on its way. Got it. Pat Cummings buries it. 1 second. Inbounded pass. Here's Gary Grant with a long one-hander. Hits in and out. No good. Oh, that baby would have counted had it gone. It lips in and out of the rim, and that's the end of the first half of the game.
A disjointed first half offensively for the Clippers, and a nice underrated half for Sparrow, Sam. 6 assists for Rory.
Cross-court pass by Norman, saved by Manning to Gary Grant as the Clippers have it to start the third. 53-44, the Heat with the lead. Gary Grant right side, jumper good. He's got 10 points now, makes it 53-46. Right side of the ball, Edwards. Edwards on the simulcast, left side of the lane, leaves it for Sparrow. 8 to shoot, out to Long. Long back over to Sparrow. Sparrow will have to do something with it. Inside to Gary. Here's Sylvester Gray. Broke nicely off the offense, laid it up and in with 3 on the shot clock. Well, they nursed that nicely. 55-46, 9-point lead again. Manning guarded by Long, turns it inside, gets it out to Gray, to Grant, tries to force it inside, picked up by Daly. Daly takes it inside, and he's whacked and fouled by Cummings.
Helping out from the middle.
WQAM 560 on your radio dial, the sports voice for South Florida, and Sports Channel Florida will be this tomorrow night over in Sacramento, as we'll host or go up against the Kings of Sacramento as Daly. It's 2 free throws here in Los Angeles for the Clippers. And let the clock run. Gray with the ball outside Sparrow. On the left side, Sparrow takes it top of the key to Edwards. Edwards guarded by Kenny Norman. Down inside along the baseline right side to Cummings. Back outside to Sparrow. Sparrow on the run, loses the handle on the ball. Tipped out of there and saved by Norman. A turnover on Miami. Back the other way they come to Daly. Shot is up and good.
Well, that's what happens. 2 Heat turnovers early in this third quarter, resulting in Los Angeles Clipper points. Really like to see that ball movement return to Miami. They've gone a little solo in this third period thus far.
Quentin Daly with 13 points to his credit tonight, puts up another one and drops them both in. So as the both 2 foul shots are good, it's 55-50 the score now as the Los Angeles Clippers try to cut this lead down. Edwards all the way. Takes it in against Kite. It's no good. Kite off for the rebound, and he's going to be fouled in the backcourt as Sylvester Gray, along with Edwards, both try to steal it, and Edwards draws a foul. And that's where you just get back on defense after the clean rebound and play defense on the other end. This shot by Daly, chased down by Grant. It struck the rim, so they reset the 24-second clock. 55-50, the Heat by 5. Norman along the lane, back out to Gary Grant. Off the 3-point line, the shot's no good. Manning with a loose ball rebound foul, and they're going to call it inside, and they're going to call it on Cummings. Third foul on Grant Cummings now. Ball out of bounds again to the Clippers on the 4th team foul of this third quarter on Miami already. Wow. 9:24 left to play. So as the third foul on Cummings, takes it out of bounds. The Clippers get it from Manning, down inside, intended for Norman, stolen by Edwards. Edwards back the other way at the top of the key. Rides out of the foul line, extended, top of the circle, feeds Cummings to Sparrow. Sparrow over the top inside to Gray. Gray in the crowd, dishes it up beneath the Pat. Pat with a turnaround jump hook is good. Pat Cummings says thanks a lot as he looked to the rookie, but had enough presence of mind to take a step out and hit the jump hook. Out inside, Daly can't hang on to a pass from Norman out of bounds, and 17 turnovers now on the Los Angeles Clippers have given the Heat with 7-point lead. They'll blow back again.
Heat have made it over a rough spot. I thought they were taken out of their tempo. Gene Shute pressing to start the quarter, getting the Heat to rush things, but they've seemed to settle down.
Sparrow to Gray, top of the key, left side to Edwards. Edwards puts it on the floor, takes it inside, tried to feed it to Cummings, knocked down and stolen. Sparrow steals it right back at midcourt. Sparrow takes it to Edwards, baseline left. He gets it on a cross-court pass, down inside goes to Grant. Long, takes it up and gets his 12-point. 59-50 is the score. The Heat in the lead by 9, 8:24 left to play. As the Clippers who played in Portland last night are relegated to walking the ball in the forecourt. Manning, cross-court to Kite. Out straight away to Norman. Norman with a one-hander, no good. Ball tipped away by Kite, still front court. Daly comes up with it. He takes it up, blocked out of bounds by Long. Norm Nixon back into the game as the Clippers have shot only 8% on 1 of 12. The Heat haven't done much better, though, at 3 for 8 for 33% down the lane with a driving lane no good by Daly. He gets the rebound, and we've got a jump ball call as Thompson and Daly tie it up, and they'll jump it at the Clipper free throw line.
Sam, the Clippers are actually now 1 for 14 in this quarter.
Ball off the floor. Sundell diving down there with it. He's tied up by Norm Nixon. 59-50 with a Heat in the lead. 5:40 left to play in the third quarter. Sundell and Nixon will be the two that'll jump ball here for their two clubs. Is getting ready to come in now is a guy that Eric, you know very well, Tom Garrett. Young man out of Rhode Island, an outstanding scorer for them, and the most valuable player of the Atlantic 10 tournament this past year. He's a rookie, taken by this ball club as the number 45 pick in the draft.
One of my favorite players and people out of Ron Rothstein's alma mater, the University of Rhode Island. A very little recruited player. Brendan Malone came into the University of Rhode Island and said, I'm going to give this local guy a shot. 4 years later, he's the MVP of the conference tournament.
Clippers control the tap. Benjamin is in against Cycley and lays it off the glass and scores as they moved it quickly after the tip was controlled in the right-hand corner. On the right side, Sparrow off to Sunbull. Tracked down by Garrick. He gets it down inside to Thompson. Back out to Sunbull. 20-footer buried it. Sunbull with his 6th point of the ball game, 61-52. Back up to a 9-point lead again for Miami. Top of the key with the ball, Benjamin. Benjamin just doesn't look like he has that fire in his eye. Feeds it down inside to Manning. Cross court to Gondrzak. His set shots up, no good. Sackley with a rebound. Look for a long down court pass. Instead gives it to Sunbull. Ahead the alley-oop inside to Gray. Gray saves the ball on the baseline. Looking for help. Feeds it back outside to Sunbull. Cross court to Sparrow. On the baseline to Thompson. Takes it in the crowd. Opposite side. Got it. Billy Thompson in double figures with 10. It's now an 11-point lead, and the Bluebirds are getting a little more vocal here at the Sports Arena in Los Angeles.
5th straight game in double figures for Thompson, and again, the Nick Benjamin, little reaction to it.
4 minutes left to play in the third, and Garrick puts up one on the right side. It's no good. Benjamin out battling Cycley, but getting into that skirmish is Sparrow and gets the rebound for the Heat. A bounce pass to Thompson in a crowd foul by Gondrzak. Boy, did he take that ball to the hole in a hurry, and he'll shoot 2 foul shots here with 3:54 to go. With the lead, and Thompson already in double figures with 10 tonight, as the first of the foul shots is up and good.
And Thompson's spacing was perfect. The Heat taking advantage of his 2 for 17 shooting this quarter.
Thompson missing the second of the foul shots. Rory Sparrow almost came up with a loose ball underneath, but does not, and the ball will go out of bounds to the Clippers. 64-52, a 12-point Heat lead.
You know, you're up 12. You haven't won yet. Now's the time where you upscale your effort.
Top of the key, Gondrzak with it. Left-hand side, Garrick. Garrick looking down inside, goes to Manning against Thompson, almost from behind the backboard. Manning puts it up and in for his 10th point of the night. Wheeler is in there for Miami, right side to Sunbull. A pick set by Thompson, and Sunbull is open for the jump shot. Thompson, by the way, was knocked down as they tried to fight through that screen to get to Sunbull. Manning now starting to become a little more animated as he gets into the forecourt to Norman. Out inside goes to Benoit Benjamin. Jumper by Benjamin. Now apparently a couple of players have now started to play for Los Angeles.
Well, gut check time for the Clippers.
Gut check time for the Heat as well as they try to throw him back here with 2:24 to go. Third quarter of the game, Wheeler against Garrick. Again, as Eric pointed out, an excellent defender out of Rhode Island. Almost knocks the ball away. Wheeler still looking for Sunbull. Sunbull top of the key with 7 on the shot clock. Jumper up. Shot under pressure, and Sunbull does nothing but bury it from head away.
Well, Sonny and Hastings stayed in the gym last night and shot for about an hour after the team. It pays off.
Outside of the ball, Norman. Norman on the left side. Jumper no good. Thompson battling for the rebound. Comes off the floor. Benoit Benjamin inside. Blocked away. Comes off to Garrick. 20 on the shot clock, and he wisely brings it back outside to Nixon. Nixon down the inside. Deals it off to Benjamin. Stolen away by Gray. Sylvester gets it out to Wheeler. Ron Rothstein looks like a traffic cop, directing his ball club into the forecourt. Thompson out to Gray straight away. Gray to the right inside to Wheeler. Wheeler over the top of the key, looking down inside, nothing there. Coming off the post to get it is Gray. 8 on the shot clock, dips it inside to Thompson. Thompson changes the shot, puts it up with the left hand and got it. 13 points by Billy Thompson. A minute 10 to play in the third. Down along the lane, Manning, cross court to Garrick. Garrick takes it into a crowd, throws up a one-hander, no good. Cycley battling for the rebound. Off it comes inside to Norman, and he's fouled. Kenny, the 19th pick during the 1987 draft by this ball club, and really was one of those guys that they would have almost given up for a song at one time, believe it or not, last year. But he got himself in the lineup due to some injuries late in the season, and Gene Shue says, hey, wait a minute, we don't want to give this guy up after all.
You know, I'll never forget the moment, Sam. I was there at courtside in Birmingham, Alabama, when Ken Norman's collegiate career ended. They were upset and ousted in the NCAA tournament by Austin Peay. 70-60 as the 2 foul shots are both good by Norman. The Heat lead in 10, 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. Wheeler, left-hand side, Sunbull. He's in double figures with 10 tonight, including 3 baskets in the quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Wheeler on the right side, looking for Sunbull. 4 seconds to play. 2 on the shot clock. Sonny with 2 on the shot clock. Jumper got it. A 2-point goal, almost in total desperation by Sunbull. And it hits the rim, rattles and stays home. And now Mike Mathis has called a halt to the action now to get the shot clock going a little quicker.
has 30 seconds in the game clock, 22 on the shot clock with a 12-point Heat lead.
The sun is shining tonight, especially for John Sunville. Big quarter, 8 points in the period for Sonny.
They reset the clock, by the way, back to 37. Gave him 7 seconds to reset the 24 as the Clippers bring it ahead. Got inside Daly. Daly almost loose it, gets it back out to Nixon. 22 seconds, turnaround jumper by Daly. No good, followed by Manning in. So Danny Manning now with his 14th point of the game. It's a 10-point contest, 72-62. Keep in mind the Heat doing still very well on the backboard, minus that one, of course, without one of their fine ones in there, Grant Long, on the bench with 4 fouls. 8 seconds, Wheeler straight away. 5 seconds, they get it to Sunbull. 4 seconds, Wheeler on the right side. 2 seconds, Sunbull. That's going to be it. As we get ready to go to the fourth quarter, and the Clippers put a press on the Heat. Wheeler in the backcourt gets it into the forecourt to Sunbull just in time. Back out to Wheeler. Wheeler guarded by Danny Manning. Quite a mismatch there. 6'1 against 6'10. Wheeler out beyond the three-point line. Top of the key to Sunbull. Covered by Nixon. Drops it down inside the cycle. Trying to make the move. Doubling down for a steal is going to be Daly. Back the other way comes Nixon for the ball. Nixon on the right side to Norman. Norman down inside looking for Benjamin. Goes in the right hand corner to Manning. They alley-oop over the top to Benjamin. Reaching foul and cycling. Well, his third.
By the way, the Clippers, Sam, in the third quarter, 6 for 25. Heat went 9 for 13.
A 19-18 quarter, the Heat winning that quarter as Manning turns off the baseline. His window's good. He's got 16. Bench scoring so far, 35-15. Miami. Much of that, of course, led by the good scoring so far of John Sunbull. And, of course, Billy Thompson not starting tonight. 13 off the bench for Thompson and a dozen by Sunbull. Nixon down inside to Manning. Manning quickly they double team. Cross court they get it to Norman. He takes it inside, puts it up and scores. Here comes the Los Angeles Clippers. 72-66 as Ron Rothstein will have the ball in the full court, and now they want to call a timeout.
Ron Rothstein concerned his team outboarded in the third quarter, 13-7, so he goes back to Grant Long and Billy Thompson together.
Sparrow gets it to Sunbull out of the corner. The jumper's good, and John Sunbull gets his 14th point of the night and puts it down as he makes it a 74-66 game. Boy, Sonny stroking that baby good tonight. Down in low, that goes to Manning. Tries to feed to Norman. Knocked out of bounds by Norman. A turnover on the Clippers. That's number 20 tonight. Sunbull up the right side, looking for help. Still looking. Grant Long trying to post up inside. Can't. Goes cross court to Sparrow. Top of the key to Sunbull. Stops, jumps, shoots. No. Ops out of there to Daly. Daly cross court to Nixon. 9:21 to go. 74-66 Miami in Los Angeles. Out inside Manning. Manning turning over Long. Drops it off to Daly. He falls back for the shot, but he's pushed and fouled.
Grant Long on him to a nice bounce pass to Quentin Daly, a player that the Clippers love to go to, especially down in the paint. Quentin, a very strong 6'2", 6'3" guard.
Foul shot by Daly was good. By the way, Ron Rothstein has gone to that well as long as he wants to with Sunbull, and Edwards has come back in for a moment. Second foul shot by Daly also bounces and stays.
And nice to see Miami having forced 20 or more turnovers. They haven't done that in a while. Matter of fact, they forced 19.4 turnovers a game statistically.
TV 28 Panama City, TV 26 in Sheffield, Alabama, along our television network tonight as Cummings shoots off the right side. 18-footer, got it. Cummings with a jump shot down the baseline. 76-68, an 8-point lead, and now the Clippers want a timeout. 76-68, the lead by the Heat. Still too much time to count it in the back, though. Down the lane, Quentin Daly, and that's one of the reasons why. Out inside right side to Thompson. Out at the top of the key to Sparrow. Out to Edwards. 5 on the shot clock. A 3-point try, no good. Cummings will chase down and saves the rebound. Feeds it back out to Sparrow. Oh my. Shot clock was at 5, but Edwards, rather than taking one jump in and taking the jumper, he put up a 3, but it doesn't go. Sparrow out on the left side to Edwards. Down the baseline on a drive. Takes it opposite side. Cummings off of the rebound. He tries to put it up, but he's going to be fouled as he takes the ball to the basket. 7:16 to play in the game. Cummings out straight away. Gets around Benoit Benjamin. Shot is up. Benjamin got a piece of it. Ball is tipped out of there by Thompson. Saved by Edwards. Another big offensive bound coming off for the Miami Heat. 7 minutes to go now. A 6-point Heat lead. Sparrow, left side Edwards. Can he get this 20-footer? No. Rebound Grant Long with still another offensive rebound. 3 offensive rebounds in a row, all coming at the 7-minute mark here for the Heat. On the left side, Long puts it on the floor, drives around Manning all the way inside, puts it up, and got it. Oh, my, what a basket it was by Long as he took it in, shot over Manning and Benjamin both, and scored.
Save that clip for the highlight reel. Perfect drive and move by Grant Long.
14 points by Grant. Line drive jumper by Nixon. No good. Benjamin down the lane with the rebound. He has the ball stripped clean by Cummings. Picked up by Sparrow. Sparrow takes it down the lane. All the way. Knocked away. Stolen by Daly. Out to Nixon. It's a 2-on-1. Bounce pass inside. Good play by Pat Cummings. He kicked the ball and kicked it out of bounds.
Kick save and a beauty by Cummings.
Was it ever? Boy, that's indoor soccer at its best. No, wait a minute. 6:16 to play in the fourth. Pat Cummings with a great save on a 2-on-1 break. And the Clippers will have to inbound the ball again as they'll have it here in their forecourt. Nixon. Ron Rothstein sometimes makes a great door, doesn't he? Down inside along the lane, Kim Norman. Beats it over to Benoit Benjamin. Tomorrow night in Sacramento. 10:30 our start time again on WQAM 560, the South Florida Sports Voice. And, of course, we'll be with Sports Channel Florida on the simulcast tomorrow. Benjamin with the first of 2 free throws. Next one's up, gets them both. 2 foul shots by Benoit Benjamin. He's got double figures. Little press in the backcourt, 78-72. A 6-point lead by the Heat as Long brings it into the full court, breaking the press, gets around Norman, takes it all the way through the middle of the lane, puts it up, and he is fouled.
Grant's from the Michigan area. He's modeled, always looked up to Magic Johnson, and lately he's been flashing the Magic smile a little bit, Sam. That time he flashed some very impressive ball.
5:58 to play. The foul shot matches a season high of 15 against Denver for Grant Long. As another shot coming here, as the Miami Heat again trying to see what they can do about upping this lead again as Grant's next foul shot is up. It's no good though. 79-72. The Heat with the lead, but the Clippers with the ball at 5:52 to do something with it.
Pretty interesting late night viewing for the folks in South Florida.
Right side, they go to Benjamin along the post. A quick double team. The Clippers swing it nicely left side to Manning. Jumper 20, got it. Danny Manning, somewhat pure tonight, gets his 18th point of the game, and it's still not out of the woods for the Heat. A 5-point game with 5.5 to go. They've got the lead, though.
I'll say he's pure. 9 for 11 shooting tonight for Manning.
Sparrow holding it at the 3-point line. Grant Long gave him a pick and then runs away from it. They go to Thompson on the right side to Edwards. Edwards from 16, got it. Edwards bearing the jump shot. He's got 10 points tonight. A lot of heroes in this game so far. 5:13 left to play in the game.
A lot of open shots for Miami. Reason, a lot of very solid screen set.
Right side Nixon. They go again to Benjamin. Down inside goes to Daly. Daly double touches, scores, and he's fouled.
That was a great look-in feed to Quentin Daly.
He's got 21 points as he drills the foul shot here, and it's 81-77. It's a 4-point game. Edwards across the timeline with 5 minutes to go. Ron Rothstein says, let's talk about this for a moment. Sparrow with the ball right side to Edwards. Edwards looking down inside at Cummings. Cummings has had a big night. Edwards drives by a screen all the way down inside. Off it goes to Cummings. Oh, bounce pass was perfect. Cummings was not ready for it and lost it out of bounds.
So close yet so far for Ron Rothstein and his never quit Miami Heat. That gorgeous pick and roll turns out to be turnover number 18.
Nixon beyond the 3-point line. 4:38 left to play. Right side to Quentin Daly. He's guarded by Edwards. Down inside along the lane to Benoit Benjamin. Guarded by Cummings. Back to Daly. Stolen by Edwards. Edwards takes it back the other way. Long busting in. He loses the ball. Throws it back into Edwards. Edwards at the foul line. Dishes underneath the Thompson. Slam dunk. Oh, boy, we dodged a couple of bullets there because that was a loose ball. Long first saved it. Edwards almost had it packed away and got it to Thompson for the basket.
Desire just flat out took over.
83-77, 6-point lead Miami, 4:05 to play. Benoit Benjamin along the lane on the right side, back out to Nixon. Nixon against Sparrow to the baseline, fallback jumpers up, good, Norm Nixon. Sparrow bounce pass left side to Edwards. A screen set by Long. Edwards uses it nicely, zigzagging back and forth. Down the lane, puts it up to the left hand, off the glass, and good. What a sensational play by Edwards. He's got a dozen, and it's 85-79.
Call that coming of age. The rookie out of DePaul. Big play defensively with a steal a moment ago. Courageous take to the hole that play.
3:20 to go. Nixon looking down to Manning. It's 1-on-1. Manning against Long. He takes him across the lane, and Long's going to be called for a hold. 5 fouls on Grant Long. Let me correct myself. That was the 15th foul, and Manning is at the line but has missed the first foul shot. Make it 19 as he makes the second of the 2 free throws. It is 85-80, a 5-point lead. Inbound comes to Thompson. A good touch pass cross court to Edwards. Inside to Thompson. He tried the alley-oop, loses the ball, throws it, and it goes out of bounds as Benjamin and Thompson are both knocked out of bounds. And let's see what call they've made. They're going to call it on Thompson. So a loose ball. No, wait a minute. They're going to call it on 0-0.
Good effort by Edwards and Thompson. The alley-oop was there, but Billy just couldn't come up with a catch.
Third foul on Benoit Benjamin. Only the 4th for sure on the Clippers, so the ball out of bounds to Miami. 3 minutes now left to play. 85-80 Miami. On the right side, Edwards. Boy, he's trying to hit some big baskets. He's already made 2, and Benjamin off for the rebound. Cummings with another foul going over the back. And Benoit Benjamin will shoot a couple of free throws on the other end for the Clippers. Encouragement from Ron Rothstein as Benjamin hits a free throw. Mike Paganello for our flagship station at WBFS-TV, who's helping us with tonight's telecast. We'd like to thank all of the fine crew at TV33 and certainly WQAM. Our simulcast tonight has been a good one. Shot is up by Benjamin, makes them both. 85-82, a 3-point lead for Miami. Cummings with the inbound in the backcourt. Looking for help. He'll take it to midcourt where the lead pass goes to Long. Edwards in the corner. 2:48 to play. A 3-point Miami lead. Not out of the woods by any stretch. Sparrow out front on straightaway on Nixon. Goes right side to Thompson. 5 on the shot clock. Back out to Sparrow. Sparrow has to lock one from 20. It's around no good. There's Benjamin with a rebound. 2.5 left to play. Into the forecourt comes to Daly. Splits the defense. Lays it up no good. A tip from Norman is good. Norman with a tap in, and it's a 1-point game at 85-84. 2:19 to go, and now the Heat will take still another timeout. 85-84. The Miami Heat have a 1-point lead in this one tonight at the Sports Arena. On the road tonight, tomorrow night in Sacramento.
Sam, Ron Rothstein seeing that Kevin Edwards cools down, puts the shooter John Sunvold back in. Need some points.
Long on the outside to Sparrow. They're winding that clock down as much as it goes. Sunvold on the left side, 8 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Top of the key to Cummings. Cummings from 18. The jump shot, good. What a big basket that was. A gigantic shot on the outside, jumps it at the top of the key. Cummings forces the Clippers into a timeout.
Rory Sparrow with his best night as a playmaker for the Miami Heat. 9 assists, and Pat Cummings 15 points along with Billy Thompson and Grant Long. For Cummings, it is his personal season high. So Pat coming up very big tonight in his 2nd consecutive start for the Heat and his 11th overall. Remember, back to the season opener, Cummings had 9 points and 9 boards against these same Clippers.
All right, the Clippers will own the ball in the backcourt. Daly, Nixon are their guards. Norman, Manning, and Benoit Benjamin up front. Edwards is back in defensively, along with Sparrow, while Thompson is guarding Manning. They've got him on the baseline. Turns on Billy. Still looking in. The shot's up, around, and good. 1 minute and 37 seconds left to play. Edwards, right side of the lane, looking for someone to throw to, does to Sparrow. Sparrow at the foul line. His jump shot's good. And one of the things Ron Rothstein's letting them do is to go back into their quick offense. Not try to nurse the clock. Let's just do something and do it in a hurry. Take our chances at 89-86. I like it.
Be quick, but don't hurry.
Not inside of the ball. It is Manning again. Shoots over Thompson. Quick jumpers, good again. This is the Danny Manning we knew to fear tonight as he dropped in the last 2 buckets. A 1-point game at 89-88. A minute 10 left to play. Forecourting the ball is Edwards. They need a big basket here. Edwards leaning in, nothing there. Back right side to Sparrow. 10 on the shot clock. Edwards out of the right corner. Puts the move down the lane. Out to Sparrow. Sets for a 3-point goal. It rims in and out. Will get Manning with a rebound. Out he comes to Norm Nixon. 52 seconds left to play. The Heat need to play a big defensive play right now. A 1-point Heat lead. They're on their feet here at the Sports Arena. Looking for Manning. Down inside. They double team. Back out to Nixon. Cross court to Kenny Norman. Norman from the baseline. Jumpers up. No good. Rebound. Grant Long. Long gets it out to Sparrow. 34 seconds left to play. A 1-point lead, and now Miami will use another timeout and will hold on to it. And out of bounds, Thompson will trigger. 29 seconds as the clock rolls, and Sparrow has it out at midcourt. 12 on the shot clock now. He's going to try to nurse as much as he can. Here it comes down to 8. They've got to get a shot on the way. Looking for Sunbo. Now looking to Pat Cummings. He's out of the left corner. Puts it on the floor. Back out to Sparrow. He puts it inside the wall. Puts it up. He'll get it up. No good. As the shot clock goes off, a turnover on the Miami Heat. The ball will go back to the Clippers. And they've got 12 seconds in which to do something with the ball, and they'll have it at midcourt after taking their next timeout. Tough defensive stand for the Miami Heat. A 1-point lead for the Heat. 12 seconds left to play. The first victory hangs in the balance right here. Manning looking, comes into Benoit Benjamin. Benjamin gets it over to Norm Nixon. Nixon up the right side. They're going to go for a final shot to win. Nixon on the outside. 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Nixon stops, jumps, shoots, it's on its way. No good. Miami Heat win. The Miami Heat win. The Heat 89. The Clippers 88. They have won their first game ever in the NBA, and they do it in Los Angeles against the Los Angeles Clippers. Ron Rothstein, Dave Wall, they hug in celebration, and the players go crazy on the floor in Los Angeles. America's team has finally won after going 0-17, and they get the 1-point victory over the Clippers, but boy, did Norm Nixon's shot look close as it skipped off the rim, hops out of there, and the Heat gets to go to the dressing room and enjoy it as the history has been made.
Coach, congratulations. Boy, they don't get much closer than this, but your club wouldn't take no for the answer tonight. How do you feel at this time?
I think we beat the hell out of them by 1. I feel great. I just can't describe how I feel. It's wonderful.
What was the difference tonight in winning and losing? I mean, it's been such a close line on so many nights for this ball club, and tonight they just wouldn't back down, wouldn't take no for an answer.
We never had that big lull, okay? And we really, our concentration level was so good. It was the best I've seen it for 48 minutes. We had some lapses, but we didn't have the big lull. Our transition defense was so much better tonight than it had been. And our half-court defense, I thought, was sensational.
You know, Pat Cummings is a guy we haven't talked that much about recently, but your veteran, Pat Cummings, big game offensively, threw in a couple of those knuckleball shots and a big one in crunch time.
That's what happens when you win, Eric. Things go right for you, and I'm really happy for Pat. I'm happy for the kids, the guys, my staff, just everybody. It's an indescribable feeling to get this monkey off our back.
Ron, this last play, talk about it.
Well, from what I can remember, they went to the pick and roll on the right side here. With the Nixon and Benjamin. Pat does a great job of stepping out early and hedging, showing here. We're ready to help if he rolls to the weak side. Rory gets over the screen. Pat drops back, and then when Nixon reverse dribbles, Rory just stays right with him. And then he shoots the fadeaway, and Rory really, he's right up on the ball. And my heart stopped right there because I've seen so many of those go in when we're right there on the ball. But this time it didn't.
Party time for the Miami Heat on the court. They really earned it tonight. Now, how brave were you, Ron? Did you look at that last shot by Norm Nixon?
Just peeked a little bit, Eric. Just peeked a little bit.
All right, Ron Rothstein and his Miami Heat. Big winners tonight in Los Angeles.